Well, the screen says we are live. Hello, gentlemen.
Here we are.
And
I think
from,
Stacker's out in sunny California with that get up on.
yeah.
Blaze in his basement. He's got sunlight piped to him. I'm in a messy office that looks like somebody threw I don't know what you want to call it in here. And then yet you guys talked me into coming on here. I blame all of you, so I'll let Gen X take over. Sorry.
That's fine. And I am still in my closet of an office that Gunny has seen. It's the old laundry room, so it's small. It's tiny.
So you're still in the closet, Mr. X? Is that what you're telling us?
My wife won't let me leave.
So you're not coming out of the closet.
No, I'm not coming out
I
of the closet.
just wanted to make that clear. I just
No.
I need to things have changed since everyone's seen the band back together. So just
Yeah.
it's cool. I'm not judging. Not judging.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, right?
Huh? Not judging.
I mean, we're going on a reunion tour. Huh? Hey, here we go.
We are. And going to jump right into this. And I don't know if anybody had watched the got a bunch of people piling in. That's cool. The Don's stream the other night, doing some sound checks and getting some stuff set up. Obviously, we figured something out because I think this is the first time we've had 4 people on this platform. We did on the old platform. For us 3, me, Gunny, and the Don have this platform. Stacker is using the old tried and true old platform, which works just fine. Let's see. As the Don said, we are definitely getting the band back together. As you can see, us 4 fine folks sitting here. And we're going to be doing some stuff together again. And just to clear the air here, obviously we've all been involved in different collaborations, different groups. We've all come and gone. And Stacker and I have been talking for months. Actually, I've been on many of his live streams. So Stacker and I, for the folks out there, they've seen me on his channel. Me and Gunny do stuff. So you've seen us together, and me and the Don do stuff. Now that the Don has got some things settled down, he's getting ready to come back to the fold of doing stuff online. But it was time to move forward and to put some stuff back. And yeah, what am I?
12,000 subs. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Stacker.
Yes, that's a huge milestone. That's very cool. The rest of us peons are, it is what it is. But we don't put out the content like he does, as frequent as he does every morning. By the way, if you don't check out his channel, you should. And if I have any mods, I haven't checked. I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up with the chat while we go through this. You can post links. That would be great.
How about this? With Stacker's channel, if you don't keep up with him, it is the best one that you can come across for the U.S. Mint. He don't pull nothing back. He tells it how it is, and it's great information. And if you're not subbing to him, you're missing out, man.
Yep. And
he is indeed the source for U.S. Mint news and information. So be sure to stop by and give him a sub today.
That's right. That's true.
He's trying to reach a bazillion subs, by the way.
and he made note of this, and I'm going to let everybody know that's watching that if you type in "son of a silver stacker" in Google, AI, you know how it gives you an AI suggestion before it starts giving you links? Guess who has an AI page now? I think he's being embarrassed, but that's okay. I don't know if that's possible.
He's bursting at the seams. When he gets his chance, you just wait. It's coming, guys. He's steaming. It's okay.
So anyway, I thought that it would be good for the 4 of us to get together and say, look, we're here. We've talked. We're moving forward. The old stuff that's transpired is behind us, and we're just looking forward to having some fun and doing some stuff. Individually, collaboratively, as a group. We'll see where it goes. And with that, my spiel is over.
I think we need to let Stacker say it because I need to hear the intro. So,
well, geez, you want me to start the intro? Like welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 30th day, last day of June, 2025. And we are getting the band back together, like Gen X Collectibles said. And I got to add to this. There's nothing wrong with this. We're all adults here. And, I've made apologies to Gen X, Gunny, Dawn, all of them. And I think that's the way it should be. When somebody asks for forgiveness, you give it to them if you want to. If not, that's fine. People go their ways. But these gentlemen and myself, I think we have put all that behind us, which is fantastic because we're better as a whole than we are individual. And I just want to say thank you, gentlemen, for being awesome individuals, and you helped me learn and grow as a human being. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here, man, because Gen X, yourself and I, Stacker, we met for lunch in Leesburg, 2-3 weeks ago. And listen, boy, the three of us smashed some food. Let me tell you what, that food didn't stand a chance with the three of us sitting there. All right. We got a lot of plans coming up. Stackers and Gen X and I are going to be at the Summer Fun Show. We wish the Don was there. He was there last year. But, hey, sometimes life happens. But, I was hesitant to come up tonight. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like, got a lot going on. Save that in the bank there, Don. Save that in the bank. But I was really going, I really don't want to come up here. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to come up here. I'm going to make time. I talked to the CO. She approved my request. And here we are. And there's been a lot going on. Like, the other two guys don't know this, but Gen X and I have been doing some testing lately. And boy, I got some flack for it. I have given up my PC, and I am now the proud owner of a Mac Mini, and so is Gen X. I FOMO'd him into getting one, and he and I have been testing together. We both got docks for them, added, our solid state drives to them to expand them. And let me tell you what, it's an experience that I think everybody needs to give it a shot because you will not believe, even my son was like, you got a Mac? Ew. Hey, you don't like it? Sorry. Do your own thing. And no, that's the Don too. But, I was like, wait a minute. Most of you guys have iPhones anyway. It's the same thing. It's really not, by the way. And it's been a fun experience. I'm going to tell you right now, the only complaint I got is the way the audio is. There's no optical digital audio port. That's my only complaint. Now, second thing I wanted to tell everybody, hey, and yes, Nick said, thank you, Nick. Nick was on that too, because, she does how do you do it?
Yep.
There you go. That tells you got a Mac if you can do that. Come
on. Why isn't mine working?
You got yours turned off. How romantic. Thank you, Ranch. But the next thing, I'll get to the other one later. I want the Don to talk because I'm not going to take it all up. But that has been my big thing. I've had a lot of good stuff. Gen X been my confidant in this. He was the second person that found out something that really big happened for the family here. And it's just things are picking up for this household. They are getting more animals. I'm getting more toys. Notice how I said they. Okay. You bullied me into it, Nick. Yes, you did. But I'm having a good time with this Mac Mini. It's been a great experience. I'll never tell my wife again. I'm never getting another computer we've been together 8 years. Yesterday we celebrated our 4th anniversary married. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I think I've gotten 4 computers now since I've known her, between a laptop, an all-in-one, a Mac, and a Alienware desktop, which is a beast. I did sell that. That's what paid for the Mac. But lots of things have been going on. I am really glad to be talking. I miss talking to Don and Stacker. We used to talk quite a bit. And we got ourselves the little henhouse chat in the our text messages, and it's going great. I'm happy. I love it. So that's about all I got to say. And again, my saying that I've always told everybody: if you ain't having fun, you're doing something wrong. And this is fun, guys. This is going to be, and it could be really big. So stay tuned. Don, your turn.
In tonight's Newsmatic news and information for the 30th of June,
He is not moving.
2025, I'd like to take you over to farmerspotprices.com so we can look at the spot prices that closed today for barley, oat, and hay. One more thing I want to leave with you before I wrap up my little intro here. Remember, never swim in shark infested.
Why?
That's the little plus extra there for you. And that if that joke wasn't that bad, how about this one? As you know, erectile dysfunction is a problem in the United States with men. But studies have proven through diet and exercise, you can improve the situation. The difficulty is to look at your wife and get her to diet and exercise.
All right. All right.
Oh boy.
That's a good one.
That bombed. It sounded good up here, but when it came out, it's just like.
Well, look, I'll try and help you. You know,
My soundboard's not working, or I would have.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. I was
on.
Hey, Jack.
Hello?
Good to see you, buddy. I was upstairs. We got a 2-story house. And my wife said she heard a big bang. I mean, it was a big thud. And she was like, honey, what the heck happened? I said, I dropped my shirt. She goes, your shirt made that noise? I said, well, it did when I'm inside it. So that's what happened. So there you go. Try to recover for you. Mythic Coin Crew. Oh, there she is, the sweetheart herself.
Hi, Mrs. Coin Crew.
There you go. That's so by the way, so who's the lead singer, guitarist, bassist? I play the drums. I don't know about you guys. So
I'll take the request. So, and I believe the Don can play strings.
all right.
That leaves Stacker was singing.
Are you the voice?
Moi.
We need the baritone singer.
I'll volunteer then.
You're gonna be our Mbapa Mau Mau guy, right?
Yeah, sure enough.
So does that make Mr. X our band manager or roadie?
Well, he's good with numbers, so he's gonna take care of us.
I'll hook us up.
All right. And that's kind of funny because when they say getting the band back together, I'm getting my office gutted. I mean, it looks terrible. You couldn't walk in. My cats are even looking at me going, what did you do? Because they have their spots and there's no spots left because it's destroyed. But I'm putting my drum set over there. I got my amp right there. It's going to be fun. And there's quite the possibility that drum set is easily 15 years old. There's some new digital electronic drum sets that I got my eyes on. It might happen. Stay tuned. There'll be some good video content there.
And I wanted to add, yes, we all met through the coin community, which is a great community. If it wasn't for that community, I wouldn't have these three guys on the screen as friends. And I'm really appreciative of that. And going forward, I'll still do some coin stuff, primarily probably with Stacker for the most part. However, Chief Security's in the house.
Party to party.
Yeah,
He's a good boy.
he is a good boy.
Yes, he is.
But as Gunny was saying, as far as content, you're probably going to see a little bit of different stuff, at least for me, as well as some stuff that Gunny and I are working on, and then the Don and I are working on some stuff. And some of it will be coin related, but most of it probably won't. Most of my coin stuff's probably going to be, if you see me with Stacker, it'll probably be coin related. If you see me with Don or Gunny, flip a coin. It might not happen that way.
There ain't no telling when you're going to do shit with me, buddy.
That's correct.
Well, if you do, I hope everybody plays nice.
There is no reason to play mean. It's one of those. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just play nice, everyone.
Yeah. I got no beef with any band on here. It's literally a. I just wanted me and Gen X, dear God bless his soul for putting up with me. We've been going round and round probably 2 years at this, and we were pretty close at one thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, I think I kind of hit this when we were talking, Stacker, when we were having lunch. Buddy, I pissed him off. Okay. But he was good enough to value our friendship to the point of saying, that's it. We're stopping there. Nope, this ain't working. Regroup. Let's try again. And we are. And that's a year later. So here we are still trying. We're we're on to something. Don't ask me what it's going to be. It's just like, stay tuned because it's going to be interesting. I mean, what we got Summer Fun Show coming up, and I'm sure you're going to be recording for some content there, Stacker, correct?
I'll be going live at the Fun Show July 10th at probably 9:30 in the morning. So yeah, absolutely.
I will make sure me and the wife are there.
I'm bringing my wife and my son along with me that day.
Excellent.
I'm just coming along.
Yeah, we know your wife. She doesn't like coins.
My wife doesn't either. But I got to tell you, she found out because I dragged her to the new Smyrna Beach Coin Show because of Pirate Stacker. Well, there's plenty of jewelry to be found at coin shows. So she likes jewelry, and that's why she's going.
And what some people don't realize, too, I don't know if you know Speedy, our guy Speedy from the Coin Tribe, his wife loves rocks. And every year at the January Fun Show, there is one person who has a pretty good setup with lots of coins and all that, but very, very, very good display of some rocks. And she buys them up pretty, and it's cool. It's not just coins and currency there. There is so much more stuff that you guys, if you go and walk, man, you're going to pick up a new hobby. I don't care who you are.
Including beef jerky?
Probably in the back, but I don't recommend buying the food that they sell there. That's like eating stuff worse than a prison, I think. And I've never been in jail.
I would eat there. I've eaten at I go to Mexico, I'll go to Tijuana, and I'll eat anything off the street food taco people. I'm in. I don't care if it's whatever. I got to eat. I'll eat.
Who typed that? Do I know the drummer Ellis? Yes, hell. Look, yes, I know. We're just going to leave it at that. Yes, I could go into an hour-long rant about that. Yes, I know who he is. I've actually been in touch with Jack Gallman and I were texting last night. I mean, this is a fine community and stuff like that. And the whole reason, that we all have been talking and stuff like that, even Stacker has said, I'm not here to try and get credit to be the face of the show and stuff like that. But, when I said, I don't know whose idea it was, I'm not even into like whose it is, but he'll go, well, you did this, and this. I'm like, it's what friends do,
Yeah, Gunny, listen, whoever doesn't know, so when I was with the Coin Tribe back in the day with Gunny and some other gentlemen, Gunny had the idea of going live during a mint drop. And that was probably one of the most amazing suggestions I've ever heard in my life. And we ran with it, and we're still doing it to this day. So
yeah, as our other channels.
Yes, that's right, Gunny. Exactly. You are an innovator, sir. And I will always give you credit for that move and that gesture. Absolutely. You're the man, dude. And, that's not it either, because it's not like you're like, oh, this is my idea and I'm going to nurture it and grow it. And you're like, here, have it, so that's a really awesome thing. And you're a giver, and you're a great gentleman for that.
Now I just need to start marketing myself and saying, hey, you need an idea, pay me some money and I'll come up with a bunch for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody had a question in the chat. It says here, I don't know how to highlight it, but it looks like it's from Silver Heist. It's kind of a big channel, right?
A little bit, yeah.
He says, any new U.S. Mint releases that coincide with the Florida Summer Fun Show? Yes, on the 10th of July, the U.S. Mint will be at the Summer Fun Show, and they're going to be selling the uncirculated Morgan and Peace dollars, those two items. And remember, it's a limited mintage. And I imagine when you get it there, you can probably have the mint director or associate director sign the COA or anything like that. So that's definitely going to be coinciding with that. And that'll be dropped at noon. And I imagine that's what people are going to be getting in line for immediately. Now, the other big bit of news that I wanted to share with you this evening is y'all might want to check out your emails from the United States Mint. Also check your orders history from the United States Mint, because I've had about 13 to 15 people already email me or message me on my YouTube channel saying, hey, I had my order canceled today for my Army Privy UASC. So I don't know how many are ultimately going to be canceled, but I can tell you this, that's not good news. And I think the good news is having it still on back order.
Yep. No. Yeah, I would check. Like you said, mine's still on back order. I think everybody's here's is still on back order, but that's disturbing news, actually.
I remember, I think you had, started right after the drop, correct, Stacker?
Yes, sir.
And I remember doing that. I'm like, oh boy. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a household limit of 1, but you got other people that were scamming the system and all that. They were getting nabbed, but there are some innocent people were getting hooked on that. And I hope that's not the case, because I bought one because somebody asked me to, because I know people are going to get mad. Oh, you got 3 or 4 of them. Hey, that's what we're here for. Network with people. I mean, that's part of what this whole channel is going to be. We're here to be friends and network. Somebody asked me, are you buying the Army code? I'm like, oh, will you get it for me? Okay. Uncle Robert's here. I love Uncle Robert, man. We see him all the time. He is living a dream. We'll get into that story later. Love you, Uncle Robert. Good to see you, buddy. But that's another reason we're doing this. This is a place to network. It's not about buying, selling, and stuff, unless people are having an auction, which Stacker does. If you have not subscribed to his channel, please do. We network here, and then I've been asked, hey, do you want me to get you an extra the Marine Privy Mark ASE when it comes out? I'm like, I don't even know if I want it for myself, man, because I ain't gonna lie. In January, when I got that Kennedy Gold $50 coin PF70, man, that changed everything between Gen X and Nick's coins. She's here, man. Gold, oh man, that's something. I'm gonna tell you right now. You asked Gen X, when I got my $500 note last year at the Summer Fun Show. That was a childhood dream. I wanted that thing so bad. I was damn near in tears when I got it, because I was like, I remember telling my dad, I'm gonna get one. And I got it. It's a great feeling, goosebumps. That was my Mount Everest. And then in January, this past January, I got the gold Kennedy. Oh, getting gold. That gold fever they talk about. That's something else, man. So, it's one of them. Where's my channel gonna go? Where's Gen X gonna go? I don't know. We'll see. But it's gonna be something like that. Army vet canceled today. I am still pissed. Sorry to hear that, Rick. Mm-hmm. So that again. Networking. Come in here and network. Please ask questions. Talk to people. And if you get an answer you don't like, don't get butthurt. Move on to the next question. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me do all the talking. Stacker, you please help.
Woo. No, you're doing great, man. Listen. The only thing I can add to this is what's going on with the Army Privy Mark American Silver Eagles. I think that's, for whatever reason, they're canceling people's orders. Not sure why. And some of the people said that they've only ordered one, and they called up and the mint said, oh, well, you're over the household order limit of 1, and they only got 1. So I don't understand what's happening, but it is definitely bummer in the summer. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back ordered is good. Canceled bad.
Well, I wanted to see mine say shipped, but what are we waiting until a month from yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The end of next month.
All right.
Hey, Stacker, do you know? Go ahead. Stacker, do you know, is the mint still doing that early morning, was it 7:30 quick drop? If you know what I'm talking about?
So do you recall in 2020, the same thing happened with the American Silver Eagle, the V75, where the mint actually canceled a bunch of orders. There was orders that were actually the credit card expired, the funds were insufficient, right. All kinds of reasons were going on. And the mint had about 5,000 of those. They were dropped in November. I think it was November 3rd or 5th, not sure. And then what had happened was the mint said, well, we have about 5,000 of these, and they re-released them to the public on, I think, December 10/5. I'm not sure exactly, but it was December of 2020. And that's probably what they're going to do here. They're probably going to do another launch, because there were times that they were available at 7:30, 9:30, and noon. But with this large amount, I think they're probably going to make another announcement via the coin channels or a news release saying, hey, look, there's 5,000 to 10,000 of these available. The household order limit still sticks. If you didn't get one, this is your will be your only opportunity, unless you will go to the secondary market, coin dealer, etc.
Oh, because sometimes you can catch some beauties on there, but because there was one time I saw that they had that 2019 enhanced reverse proof ASE. Man, that would be one I would like to nab, but I'm not going out of my way to get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Silver Heist has a question. Can that son of a silver stacker get an interview with the Mint official at the Fun Show? I'd love to do that. You were getting close with Ventress, and I think I can still get Miss Ventress Gibson. But I got to tell you, just today I locked in Emily Domstra.
That's kind of big.
Can I ask who that is? I don't know that.
She is the one that designed the reverse of the American Silver Eagle. So Type 2
Get
American
out of
Silver.
here, the new one?
Yeah, man. She's the one with the landing eagle. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that she's done,
Well,
not only for the United States Mint,
I'll
but
hold the camera for you.
the Royal Canadian Mint too. So big stuff there going on.
That's awesome, man.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And she's going to be at the summer show?
No, sir. It'll be a recorded interview with she and I, and
excellent.
I think we're going to have the questions will be already given to her. You know what I'm saying? One of those kind of deals.
Yeah, I don't think you want to put her on the spot. That wouldn't help your channel any.
I don't know. Candid interviews are kind of fun. They're honest.
No, I get that, but it's one of those congratulations, man. That's.
But I told her, I'm like, you know what? Anything you want. It can be short as you want, as long as you want. It can be recorded. It can be live. I was just like, hey, I'm here for you. You tell me what you want. We can do that and make it happen.
Well, how about this? A question I would ask you to put in for her. Say, what's your next design? When are we going to see it?
That I can't. She can't tell me about new designs that she's working on, but once it's dropped, she absolutely can.
Well, how about this? Her next approved design?
Maybe.
Okay. Other than that,
Andy Resnick, funny guy. That's awesome. That dude's a genius, by the way. I think his IQ is like 180.
He speaks, 18 languages?
I'm saying, right? Jesus. It's amazing.
He is the epitome of being a Renaissance man.
Well, it's called
Andy,
FAFO.
We're going to get you up here, Andy. You're going to be up here. You don't have to show your face, but you're going to come up here, and we want to hear the voice that is.
Who is this?
Andy Resnick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to get him up here.
The Don's been working on him.
All right. Hey, look, if we can get Mary Belisle, now she came up, we heard the voice, and I don't know if anybody ever been there. Mary Belisle is such a sweet individual. I love her. I think she's a great person. Her laugh is so contagious. It's one of those laughs you hear. It's like, I got to hear this more. It's addicting. She's a great person. So while the four of us are here, we're talking of this reunion and stuff. Throw some questions at us, please, because you never know what's going to come if you don't ask. So does this thing tell you how many people are watching?
Up in the left-hand corner. It's showing how many are watching across all platforms.
I got 68 on my channel, it says.
I got nothing.
It's showing overall about 88 people are watching.
Good for them.
Between the four channels.
Good. Oh, Copper Owl. I can't even speak English tonight. Will somebody say that guy's name? Copper Owl Coins. Good.
There you go.
COC.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This could be interesting. Of what I mean, Stacker's channel. Thanks, Visible. Stacker's channel is well established. Again, congratulations on your 12K. Gen X. I don't know if you've taken your stuff down, but Gen X has got numbers. Now, there's a lot of people when you watch it. Numbers are hard to watch, but I have learned so much watching his charts and all that stuff, and you just some of them things where you go, huh, all right, I ain't buying that, or you got other ones that go, yeah, I need to get like 4 or 5 of them. How much they cost? Yeah, never mind. So you gotta get it. There you go. It just rolls off the tongue.
I really appreciate Gen X's videos when he looked at the week-to-week price comparisons for the Morgan dollars and Peace dollars from 2021 and the movement each week he showed, and he factored in eBay fees, shipping fees, and he made us aware of whether or not these coins would be worth this much money or worth this much money. And
correct.
It was all in black and white, and he just nailed it every time.
Well, if you remember
flippers and investors, I mean, it's an ideal channel to follow.
He used to always tell us too, don't go to this channel looking for spot prices because they don't put the correct ones there. Go here. Because some of those where they're selling coins, they're gonna what is it, Gen X? They put it lower.
No, they put it higher.
They put it higher, so they charge a better premium. It's almost like, kiss my ass. I ain't going to that site, and I don't. But the one he told me about, I'm like, Gen X, you should go to this site. And he goes, I'm gonna kick your ass. Did you go to watch my video? I'm like, well, maybe that's where I got it from. So seriously, he's so much information there, and it's free. It helps you.
Well, I've taken most of that stuff down because it's dated and
but I guess
4 years old now. But
if you're investing in silver, buddy, you need a lot. But if you get one gold coin, that could make so much more. Just saying.
Yeah.
Watch his videos. I mean, like Don, you've been the quiet bunch down there. We've shown, it was good to see Marty and seen him in a while. What's on your agenda here lately other than work? Because you work a lot. We know that. You work for a certain somebody. But what's been on your agenda, big guy?
Well, funny story. The day before Memorial Weekend, I was notified I lost my job.
That's rough. Sorry.
And then that Tuesday coming back, oh, hey, come in on Thursday. We need you to talk to the program manager on this program. And then the following Tuesday, good job.
So same company?
Same company, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. They got your back. Good for you.
Yeah,
good job, man.
I'm saying that for dramatic, just to be melodramatic. That's all. Nothing. Day in a life in the world of defense contract work. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. But good people were looking out for me. In fact, the business development manager, she's also the executive recruiter for our company. When she already knew that this little downsizing was already occurring, so she already started pulling. She knew who was going to be pulled off the program, and was just starting to sort through people's credentials and resumes and everything. And she specifically pulled me out of that stack and it sent me over to the program that I'm working on now. And I am so grateful because it's a great place.
Good for you, man. I'm happy for you.
It's good people. It's good. It's great because you have the military folks, you got the civil service, and you have the contractors. And of course, you always have to maintain a level of decorum, of course. But the bottom line is it's all about supporting the warfighter. So those lines are kind of, I don't know how else to say, blurred in such a way that the bottom line, everybody works together, period. Because, we support the guys and gals who fly those whirlybirds in the air. So that's who we work for. And I like that. It's very, very patriotic, very, fired up. Yeah. And the mantra is cargo leads the way. Oh,
cool.
So
there you go, yeah. Gen X. Got something for you, buddy. This would be Gen X and Stacker, because Stacker and them two are both on the U.S. Mint stuff.
Without looking at the sales numbers recently on where this is moving, I think Stacker's probably looked at that. I would say that 150 is probably about where their demand is. Stacker, is that right? Don't they sell about 100, right around that number, 150?
Yeah, but the problem is, at what point do they sell 150,000? Does it take a year?
It's been taking that long.
Yes, sir. Exactly. So it's been taking them a year to get to 150,000. So I would say be best if they had closer to 100,000, like Brent.
Well, don't they still have last year's out?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the first years, God, we were doing, that's when we started doing live streams when that Carson City dropped. Them things went like hotcakes, gone.
Yeah, in the first year, if you got 2021s, they bring good money, and it's continuing to hold.
And actually, I had two sets. And if Stacker, if you remember, that site, before it had the way it is now, we'd get kicked. And I was screaming. I was ah! I remember because of what I did, I ended up with 6 of those and sent them to my house. And of course, I made trades and hooked up other friends that didn't have it. Oh my God. I do like the new way they're doing it. It's almost like, they took a page out of the way Amazon does things because, they load balance their network finally. That's something I know, guys. Sorry, I'll be the network guy. But they definitely got their site fixed. I think is it fair? I don't know. Stacker might have a little more information on that. Maybe that'd be a good news thing on how their networking is working and how the customer satisfaction is there, Stacker. It might be a good one.
Probably
But,
real good right now with them canceling orders.
well, that's where I'm going. It's like that's some investigation on that, but it's better than it was 4 years ago. But I mean, will they get it perfect? Well, it's the U.S. government. They should be able to load balance their network pretty good, But what do I know? I'm just a retired dummy, gunny. Let's just take it from there.
Yeah, it's my opinion is if they lowered the mintages, it would create a greater demand. The more scarce it is, the more value was going to be at least on the secondary market. Collectors are going to collect it. Period.
Well, even on the Stacker, the Privy Mark ASE, they didn't even make 100,000, correct?
Well, we don't know. I think the data comes out tomorrow afternoon, and we'll find out how many they've sold. But even those aren't going to reflect the true numbers, especially if we're seeing cancellations. So I can't rely on any of that data right now.
Okay. I mean, I wonder too on their quality control, because if you guys remember, Texas Joe, God rest his soul, miss him. He got those Morgans in peace when they came in, and he was doing a video. He goes, "Yeah, I'm sending these back. What a crock of shit this is." And that's what he did, and he sent them in because he was pissed. So it's one of those. How are they? Is this new mint director going to fix that? Because if you guys remember, the New Zealand mint, every time you get a graded coin, and I'm the exception, you send one in to get graded. You better get 70s from that, because that's what the New Zealand mint put out. Their quality control was second to none, in my opinion. And I just wonder, is our quality control going to get better? I don't know if that's again, Stacker, is that another topic?
I would look at who's running the mint right now. It isn't Ventros Gibson, who was an HR specialist. We have somebody now who is into numbers, and numbers are important for a number of reasons. See what I did there? The person is going to worry about efficiency, right? The numbers person is always worried about efficiency and quality. And if we get X amount of returns, we're going to lose X amount of money. If we spend this much money making sure that we're, producing good items that aren't returned, the X dollars and the Y dollars, the difference in that is going to make her make a decision about what to do with those particular coins. But, for me, next year is going to be probably phenomenal for the Morgan and Peace Dollar program, because I think we're going to have dual date on those bad boys. And that would be really special, especially if the if the current mint director is there now, right now, that's there now, Christy McNally, if she's there for next year, and she probably is already making decisions for next year, considering all the products already kind of figured out now, she's probably worried about the mintages for 2026 and staying in business and keeping the mint afloat. So I would hope that she would cut the mintages down even more for the Morgan and Peace Dollar program to I think it was Brent Hardenberg or Jill Draper said at 100,000. I hope that she's moving in that direction. And if we do get the 1776 2026 dual date on those bad boys, demand is going to go through the roof, I would imagine.
Okay, that's good info. Thanks, Stacker. Here's one, and I think Gen X already answered it. If you guys choose between a pre-33 or something new coins, what would you pick? Now, there's a little bit to that because of what I bought in January. I bought the gold Kennedy $half from 2014, the 50th anniversary. What was it, 75,000 Gen X?
That was the mintage limit. I don't remember how many they made, 73 or 74, something like that. Yeah.
So I bought that one. Now, that's it, and I went in there with a goal. I'm getting a PF70, graded, slabbed, ready to rock and roll. And it's making money in the almost 6 months that I've had it. Okay. Now, if you get the modern American Gold Eagles, I don't think you're going to make as much because, dear God, what do they charge for one of those at the mint for an ounce of gold?
$105.
$4,000 for an ounce?
Yeah, at least gold. Yeah. Absolutely. Let me look up the 1 ounce Gold Eagle right now. I can tell you. With
Gen X getting me into this, and Nick has been stacking the 10th ounces, if I'm not mistaken, but getting those, get the 10th ounce, cool. I mean, it's a budget thing. You're going to pay a little bit higher premium. Correct me when I mess it up. There it goes. But you're going to pay a little bit higher premium on a 10th ounce, but you're getting gold. Okay. Now, pre-33, you're going to get back a little bit more because of the scarcity of it. So pre-33 all day long. I mean, it doesn't matter. 10th, quarter, half, get them, Then of course, if you really want to go big, you get the what is it, Gen X, the Charlotte Mint. Go big or go home.
Charlotte or DeLonga, yeah.
Woo! You
And
know,
Mrs.
wait a
Coin
minute,
Crew can vouch for that.
Those are like prestige pieces. Those aren't even gold anymore.
no, those are you're paying. You're going to pay upwards of 10 grand for a coin there.
Yeah, that's like a show off piece that you only show certain people that you want to get them a wow moment. You know, like a holy.
It was funny. I went on vacation in Lake Lure in North Carolina before the hurricane, and that town got wiped out. And I hope everybody's getting their lives back together there. We were there, and there was a thing I was reading, and I sent a text to Gen X, dude. Did you know they had a Charlotte Mint? He's like, duh, yeah. I've been wanting one of those coins forever. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, Mr. Know-It-All. But it's just cool how I came across it, and boom, it's just another thing we I hope he gets one day, but you know, it's one of those might have to sell my liver or half of it and hope the other part grows back. But it's one of those that was just cool to come across it in a museum right there in Lake Lures. It was awesome. So learn something new every day. I don't know everything about coins, and I don't want to, because it wouldn't be fun.
Well, none of us here knows everything about coins. That's for sure.
No.
There's too much to know.
Yeah.
Not even people that know all about coins know all about coins. They have to bring in experts, and you know, it's like that old thing. Do you want to be, you know, knowledgeable about everything and then know a little bit about everything, or do you want to narrow your scope and be focused on one thing and become the expert in that field? There's a few ways you can go with that. But Water the Possibilities got a question for all of us, gentlemen. Gunny.
Is it this one here?
Yes, sir.
All the panel members, will you be purchasing the best of the mint gold coins and or silver metals in 2026? I'll answer first. It depends on the mintages. If they're low mintage, possibly. If it's what they've been putting out recently, as far as mintages, it's probably going to be a pass for me. Doesn't really fit into with what I'm doing now in coins.
I think Gunny is.
If they finish the military medal series, the 2.5 and the 1 ounce with Space Force last branch, you know, my subscriptions to those are still active. So I don't know if the Mint's going to give us the United States Space Force medal to round up all the branches, but I'm in for that 2.5 ounce and the 1 ounce. And the only other thing I'm really interested in, and I will say it right here, and I know Gen X is going to give me poo-poo about it. The DC Comics series, if they do Green Lantern, I will get Green Lantern because he's my favorite character from the DC universe.
And I've always said, buy what you like, what makes you happy.
Yes.
Just because I'm kind of a stick in the mud on some of the stuff that I do,
kind of
doesn't mean everybody's got to be a stick.
Wait, stick in the mud or stick in the? Wait.
He said, kind of.
Okay. Hey, it's working.
Nope.
He broke it. See, it's working.
See, that's part of our testing. He's still having problems with his stream deck.
Yeah. What about you, Stacker?
Yes. I listen. I jumped back into realty. You know, a 3% commission on a $500,000 to $1 million home can buy a lot of gold coins from the United States Mint. So I've jumped back into real estate agent and role, and that's kind of why I did it. Mostly 90% why I did that. And you know, I want to treat my wife like the queen that she is, and I really want those coins, those gold coins, especially for next year. Those are going to be pieces that I'll probably be able to flip for good money. So I'm gonna get a nice little nest egg together to get these gold coins, silver coins for next year. But you know, like I told what are the possibilities? You know, July 10. Okay, so if you look at the Mint's product schedule right now, currently, you've got the July 10th release for the Morgan and Peace dollars. All right. And well, maybe the June 13th release, but ever since June 13th or July 10th, it's on like Donkey Kong at the United States Mint. There's so many different products. I mean, so after the July 10th release, you've got the July 24 release of the Superman coins. And then you've got the August 21st release for the American Liberty High Relief Gold and Silver Medal. And then if that's not cool enough, you've got the Batman coins. Okay. And those are going to be pretty fantastic, I still believe. And then you got the Marine and Navy privy marked American Silver Eagles. And I got to tell you my prediction for, and some of you have maybe heard this already, my prediction for the American Silver Eagles with the military privy. Which branch has the coolest emblem out of them all? Just
hello.
Space Force.
Hello.
It's that
I have to
anchor.
put
It's
up
the
with,
anchor,
folks.
man.
This is what I have
Listen,
to put
it's
up
that anchor. It's the anchor with the globe on it.
Globe
That
and
is
the
the
anchor,
coolest
yeah.
emblem. I mean, if that doesn't make you say, "Well, golly," you know what I mean?
The Marine Corps was created in a bar. Hello.
Well, listen.
I'm sorry, am
let
I
me tell
loud?
you. No. So the thing is, not only is it the coolest emblem of them all, it's also the one that has the least amount of futzing by the United States Mint. There's actually a lot of room in there, unlike the Navy privy and the Army privy with the eagle there. So it's going to be fantastic looking. But in addition to that, it's from the Philadelphia Mint. The last time the Philadelphia Mint struck any American Silver Eagles, I believe, was from 1993 to 2000. And then after that, I think it was 2006 and 2011, they had reverse proof Philadelphia American Silver Eagles. And those go for about $300 to $400 as it is right now.
Nice.
But the Marine Privy Mark, I think, is going to be the one to own, just like my prediction for the 2021 Denver Morgan dollar was the one to own.
Right. I got you, man. All right.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Because, you still have your Morgan collection from 21, Stacker?
I sold it. Well, I sold them.
Yeah, I had 2 sets, and I have since sold them both. I even sold,
mine
and I know some people are like, oh my God.
Yeah,
sold
you remember the yard sale?
V75 ASE as well.
Yeah, I sold mine too. I like money, and money. Listen, money comes and goes in life. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes and goes in life, and it just, if it's sitting in my treasure chest, it's just collecting dust. It's just sitting there. I can't appreciate it. So I like moving stuff. I like to move it.
See, the person, every year we go and sell to what's the channel, Gen X? Mike?
Mid America.
I go and sell to Mid America Coins. Mike, he's a solid guy, gives you top dollar. Okay. And it was funny that year I sold my Morgan and Peace set. As soon as Mike put the cash in my hand, my wife grabs me. Come here, you're buying me something. I'm like, what the hell? So it was just a fun. It was a fun show, right? We had fun. So that was quite interesting. Even Mike laughed. She go, right there. I bought something from Mike. Mike was like giving me money. He goes, and you're going to give me that back because your wife wants that. I'm like, what the hell? But then my wife took me and we bought some. I think that's when we got this coin from England. It was from the 1400s, and it graded as an XF. Okay, that old. It graded as an XF. So that she put on her, like, I want to invest type thing. I don't know how much money that coin's going to make, but hey, amazing to go the networking of the people we can do here, of the people you'll see at the tables, because Mike is there summer and fun show every year.
Yeah, he's normally at the fun show, both of them.
And solid guy. I would tell everybody, Mid America Coins, look for his table at the fun show in next week, or is it next week? Week after, whatever.
Yeah, next week.
A week from this Thursday, sir.
Oh, all right.
Go
see him.
Last year's summer show, Mr. X took me over, and I met Mike, and I sold all my Morgans and Peace from 2021 and some other stuff, and he hooked me up. And at the time, how much was spot, Mr. X? You remember it was about 2,400 ish
for gold. Yeah, something like that.
Gold. Yeah. And so did the transaction. So I got a little wad of cash, right? And then Mike, he pops out, said, hey, you want a couple of 1 ounce Eagles? I'm like, sold. And then he's like, I almost fell right there, Mr. X. He was just ready. He was like,
it was a good price. It was a great price.
Very good price.
It was the best price in the whole show.
Never a dull moment.
Yeah.
He'll work with you. He's a good guy. He is.
Yeah. No, he's good. I highly recommend him.
Oh, and, absolutely.
he's going to treat you fair. He is.
Yeah.
He treated me extremely fair,
Well,
and he was very patient with me because I brought in a lot of stuff, and he was cool. He was
I
happy
went
to
there
sit
with a
there,
trunk full.
sort through it. He explained everything.
Yeah.
And he doesn't hold anything back. He'll show you where he's getting the pricing from and how he's doing.
I said, I trust your judgment. Mr. X trusts you. I trust you. And he's like, oh, so there's a couple of pieces. He gave me a little bit more than he really wanted to. So, it's all good. And in fact, for those that may or may not recall, when I did buy all the 2021's Peace and Morgans, I had 3 Denvers I sent in. I got 2 70s and one that was a 66. Sorry, 66, and there's only 8 of those according to the NGC registry. 8 of them. So I had one of the 8 rated 66. I gave it to Mike. He just laughed at me.
Just take it off my hand.
Here, take it. Well, token appreciation.
Take it before I
He loved it. He loved it. He ate it up.
Mike, I like the guy, and I've been going to him 3 years now, and I'll go be seeing him again next week because I got another trunk full of stuff ready to go. I might send you a list, Don, because there's some New Zealand stuff in there that you might not have. So if you want it, you can have it for what I paid for it. That's all I'm asking for.
Make sure you pick up sample slabs from PCGS and NGC. Those are the hookups.
Yeah,
are they freebies?
Those are good to have.
They are if you have a pretty girl around your arm.
Oh, I have that. But yeah, that's good stuff too. I mean, again, here we are, networking. That's what you're going to do here.
Yep.
Oh, well, hey, real quick, give you guys a little break. So camera working, learning how to use Restream and all this stuff. So yeah, I'm going to start making content again. This time around, I'm really going to start doing the content I want to create, and I've decided it's going to kind of be in 2 areas. One is kind of an investigative kind of look, and I got the idea from some other folks in YouTube about investigating what happened with pre-33 gold. How did we get to that point where the executive order was issued, from FDR to confiscate American gold from Americans? And that's a kind of video series I'm doing research on. Feel free for those who want to go out there and try to steal that idea, go right ahead. I don't care. But the research I've done, I'm literally going back. I've now gone at least 20 years to the past before FDR came to power. That's how far back I've gone so far. And I can actually go back even further. But I figure I'm just going to stop at the turn of the century. So around 1900 or so. And then I'm going to go work all the way up until 1933. So these are going to be like 3-minute videos. I don't know. I haven't really made long form content yet. So it's a long-term project, but I want to go through the whole process. And here's something interesting for everybody out there. Think about this. Okay, the president issues you an executive order to say you can't have your gold anymore. How did Americans turn in their gold? Was police on their door going, "Let us in, we want your gold"? Or did Americans at the time just said, "We're patriotic Americans, this is our duty, so we're going to go and turn it in"? Where are your rights with regards to this gold? Does the government have the right to tell you can't have this anymore? You see, so I'm not talking about the metal itself. The precious metals is part of it, but it's all that. It's the geopolitics, it's the economics, it's the impact of what's going on in the world at the time. Because we're talking about World War I, World War II time frame, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. What is the influence from overseas? I can actually tie in. I actually got some notes that ties in the United Kingdom with what happened in the United States that drove us to confiscate gold.
Well, I'm already interested.
This is not conspiracy.
No.
It's crazy. I put in some time. I'm doing these research for this stuff, and it's amazing what happened. It's just, things are poor. We need your gold so we can finance. Well, there's a whole lot more to it. So yeah, it sounds a little conspiracy type, theory and everything, but there's just a lot more to it. You just, this is the kind of deep dive stuff that I want to do because I find it so interesting. Because it's like I said, it isn't so much about this. We're talking about your rights as Americans.
So when do we anticipate video 1?
Well, as soon as I start, I got camera working now. I kind of got the restream figured, well, at least figured out to a point where I can, use it. So I'm going to start recording probably. Well, this is 4th of July weekend, so I'll probably start recording this weekend.
Excellent.
So
that sounds like a great
one
series.
Focus. Well, actually, now I think about it, there's actually 3 areas I want to focus. So that's focus 1. Focus 2 is really the heart of what I wanted to really, really actually do. And this technical stuff. I got technical journals that I found that are open source, which means I can quote them directly. No problem. I can use the information. Just, say, hey, here's the source, put the link up or, credit it in the description on the screen. That's cool. That's all they ask. You could actually read their guidelines in these technical journals. And I want to talk about that stuff because I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd, an engineer. This is my stuff,
Nerd it up because I could use that information.
There's plenty of people in our community who could talk about strategies and stacking gold and silver and buying coins and what you should and shouldn't do. Plenty of good folks, who talk about this stuff. There's nothing there for me to cover. There's good people who got it. I can point you in the direction of very folks that can help you with that. I want to do this stuff because, to me, it's fun. For example, everybody recalls about the little deal that the United States was trying to do with Ukraine with regards to their rare earth minerals. What kind of impact do you think those rare earth minerals that the Ukraine has on the world and on the U.S. market? I'll give you one big hint. The U.S. does not have that much in terms of rare earth minerals, contrary to what you think.
Wasn't there a large discovery in Wyoming just recently?
Well, I don't know if there has or hasn't, so I haven't gotten that far yet. Because right now, there's a couple of videos I'm going to, in part of the scientific stuff, I want to talk about rare earth minerals with regards to Ukraine and what I hope will become the 51st state of the United States, Greenland. Not Canada. I want Greenland. That's right. Make Greenland great again. So,
because we got. But what about? Are you going to do like Stacker says when he gives his intro? Are you going to talk about palladium?
And palladium. So check this out. Wyoming is emerging as a significant area for rare earth elements, REE mining, with notable deposits like the Bear Lodge deposit near Sundance and the Halleck Creek project near Wheatland. These projects are attracting attention for the potential to contribute to domestic supply of REEs, which are crucial for various high-tech and green energy applications. And this just came out February 2024, I believe. Let me check, double check my February 9, 2024. So a year and 4 or 5 months now. This is a big deal. And if they did it back in February of 2024, they're already mining already, or at least plans to get that mine going already. And I would think that'd be a great investment for the future, in my opinion.
So, because and that's part of what I want to do. We got great people that covers, the basics of the noble metals, silver, gold, platinum, palladium. These are what's called the noble metals, according chemistry, if I'm getting that right. But I like to look at the rare earth stuff because they're rare. That's why they're called rare. And what are they using every day? Stuff. Your cell phone. You probably got lithium in there. You probably got rhodium. You probably got gallium arsenic, which is actually a combination of 2 rare earth metals. Which by the way, that combination is also used in the advanced radars used in the stealth fighters and the AWACS and all the command and control aircraft and equipment that our military uses. That's very, it has the ability to do what's a side scan array radar. So in other words, the radar can actually send a pulse or a wave, Doppler wave, or whatever it is. It can continuously send a wave out to, send the wave, see what it reflects. But at the same time, it can then send a fine beam at a particular target at the same time. And that's what this gallium arsenic, I can't pronounce it. But that's what this stuff can do. So you could do multiple beam vectors on targets because of this metal, these rare earth minerals.
What about unobtainium?
Well, that's in the same area of vibranium and adamantium, right? Or also there's a school metal I found. It's called gunnyism.
We've met, I got to throw my humor in there,
It's very soft and malleable, so it doesn't really stand up to much. It's very heavy.
You're gonna take that?
So it's difficult to move.
He's lucky I love him.
This is what we put up with during our group chat, folks. This is it right here.
Where's the bleep button?
It's worse.
Where's the bleep button? This is
It's
some
not working.
bullshit.
I could be in a meeting and I got the phone on vibrate and it's just bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm like, guys, shut up.
Yep.
That's what it is.
So anyway, don't mean to get overly excited, but that's kind of what I want to do with my channel. If it grows, great. If it doesn't, it's okay. This is the stuff I want to do because I think it's interesting, and I think people will find it interesting because it's not out there.
It's not.
Not a lot of people on YouTube's covering this kind of stuff.
And it's back to what we said very beginning. Have fun, right?
Yeah.
If that's what
Yes.
makes you happy and you have fun doing it, do it.
All I know is I'm very happy that you gentlemen have accepted me back into the fold, and I'm proud to call you my friends, and I want to keep it that way because it hurt a lot that I lost you guys as my friend. I took it personal when it happened. You know, we're not business partners. You know, we're friends, and you know, I hated that feeling. You know, going to bed at night thinking of what I had lost, and I don't want to lose you guys again. That really sucked.
You lost that love and feeling.
Hey, you know,
oh, that love and feeling.
How's it go?
Well, well, I mean, it was multiple streets. I mean, I think that goes for all of us. We all went down that path and struggled through that between all of us, right? Me and Don did, me and Gunny did, me and Stacker did, and now we've come full circle.
I definitely value.
What did the famous Danny Glover say in Lethal Weapon?
I'm too old for this stuff, but he didn't say stuff.
Correct.
I'll say it for you. He's getting too old for this shit, and he's not wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those. I'm getting one too because I told him if we're going to be doing this on a regular basis, I don't want somebody coming. My kid was watching you swore. Tell him to change the channel. You know, that's gonna be what it's gonna be like. You know, because I'm a retired Marine, man. It's whatever.
Right.
But another thing, what leads me to what we're doing, I wanted to also say, and this is not something I'm just saying on a whim. I've thought about this a lot. And there's a channel that you all were broadcasting through, also the Coin Tribe. It was my brainchild to bring people in and say, hey, this is what we're doing. I will be shutting that channel down.
What?
I really don't do anything with it. I've enjoyed the time with it. I am not going to focus on two channels that I control and own. It's my channel. I mean, I can do what I want with it. I don't need to ask permission to people that have helped me and helped bring it. It's one of those, look, it's reached its time. We did a lot of good. Stacker was there for the first fundraiser we did. When I
know what? I'm going to toot my own horn here, but that was my idea to do that. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I mean, I found organizations that we could donate to. I remember we even looked up one organization in West Virginia. We had socks and we had
sweaters, hats.
Yeah, that was freaking fantastic.
We did tunnels to towers. You know, we helped out in Canada with our guy up there. Oh, what was his name? Play Santa Claus. Remember?
Oh yeah.
He helped us out for the Canadian veterans and stuff, you know, and we did animal shelters and stuff like that, you know.
The women's shelter we helped too.
Yeah. We've done Indigenous women, was it not?
I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, we have done a lot of good on that channel, and it's run its time, guys.
Toys for Tots. Did you say Toys for Tots?
That was something I love doing every December. That's close to my heart with the Marine Corps, you know. And we've raised a lot of money, and we've done a lot of good. It's just that I got no time to do it. And it's time, guys, hey, the Coin Tribe did a lot of good. We've met a lot of great people on there. We did a lot of good things collectively. You guys helped a big part of it. We've had so many people behind the scenes help and donate and give their time. But it's time for the Coin Tribe to shut down and move on. You know, I'll put a couple of videos up to remind everybody before it's effectively deleted from YouTube. But, you know, that's why we've been putting up Gen X's, Stackers, the Dons, My Gunny channel. And then maybe you're going to find the news of, what are we going to call this channel? Are we going to call it Jen Stackers Gunny Don channel? We don't know. I mean, are we going to call it? Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. So it's one of those, it's reached its time. I thank everybody that supported the Coin Tribe channel, everybody that helped, everybody that was all the way from your, what do you call those people with the blue names and the wrench? The
moderators
to donators. I mean, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate you, everybody that helped out and was a part of it from the start until it's over, guys. The Coin Tribe is going to shut down. I'll give it about 30 days, and then I'm just going to make it go bye-bye. So once again, thank you, everybody that was a part of that tribe channel.
Well, I understand. So we have reached a little bit over an hour, about an hour and 5 minutes. And I don't know about everybody else, but as most people here know, I have a bad back. And my back is starting to say it's time to get up and move around. So I'm going to start it off and just say I'm glad everybody showed up. Thank you for the chat, for your interaction, your support, the different people that showed up, and to Stacker and the Don and Gunny. This is going to be fun. I look forward to it, and I can't wait to the next chapter. So
absolutely.
Until next time, 73.
Does that mean
if I know I don't know how to get out of here? I'm stuck.
Well, with that said, y'all have a great night. Stacker out.
I have said I guess, Don, you're last, buddy.
Why?
Okay, you go ahead. We'll change. There we go. I'll go last.
Yeah. Hey, thanks everybody. Appreciate everyone being here, and thanks to Stacker, to Gen X, and of course Gunny. As always, we appreciate you, brother, and it's good to see you. I mean, just you and me. It's good to see you, brother. I know it's been a while and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we are folks. We are getting the band back together, and so hopefully, as we move forward, this will probably be a regular thing. What kind of schedule? But the four of us will have to work it out. But yeah, pretty much plan on seeing the four of us together, probably on a pretty regular basis. So I'm looking forward to it and reconnecting with good folks and stuff, and helping folks out as best we can with what we know and what we don't know. So make sure you obey the laws of thermodynamics, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Good to see you. I want to thank everybody for coming up. Thanks for coming and checking in. It's something small. Hopefully we can grow it. Thanks everybody who supported me personally. I can't wait to see what I'm going to do with my three friends. It could be good. It could be crazy. It could be wild. So it's going to be fun. And that's the big one I tell everybody. If you ain't having fun, you're doing something wrong.